Incredible. Good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening. It's your KOZ Raw for this week. Yeah, it's morning for me. I don't know what it is for you. I'm just glad you're watching this. And welcome. Don't forget to subscribe and like and share this with other folks who might find some value in the conversations that we have on this KOZ Raw, this YouTube channel. And so the topic for this week is one that is become really upfront for me and my conversations with Jesus. And it's about aging out, or getting to a point where you retire and you sit in a rocking chair. And I always thought that's what the end would be for me, what my senior years would be. They would be sitting in a rocking chair on a porch somewhere, drinking beer and smoking cigarettes. And man, I'm so glad what I thought back in the day would be my senior season is not my reality today. My reality today at 67 is pretty active. Active in my church, active in ministry work with KOZ, active in the life of my kids and my grandkids, trying to participate as much as I can. And, I want to speak to us guys that are maybe a little bit older, and you young guys use this as maybe a guide stone, but also an encouragement to go out and engage with the older guys in your circle of influence in your church. The number one mentor in this world is a senior guy, a guy that's got some trail behind him, years of trail behind him. Man, the experience, strength, and hope that comes from that is so important. And you guys that are walking the senior trail, the last quarter, or whatever you want to say, you guys are critical to making this walk with Jesus, this adventure, this journey that so many others are on or that are looking for, or even the boys that we encounter in KOZ. You are so critical to this. I have two buddies that have since gone. One of them was Lee, and full of life. And one day he woke up and found out he had cancer, and a couple weeks later he was gone. John Grant, my buddy, grew up with, ran the streets with, called one day, and he was going to Hawaii to live out his last few months. And I'm here. I'm still here. These are guys I did a lot of life with, and I'm still here, and they're not. And I think that's a responsibility I need to honor in my time here. I need to make sure I'm not flaunting it or chasing things that have little to no value. It's so interesting to me how many people pass away, retire, die, leave, and their story, and that's the end of their story. They don't have a legacy that they leave behind. Not that your legacy needs to be some incredible public legacy, but a legacy that I'm thinking just that that we know in our hearts that we did everything we could for the kingdom. I tell people, man, I want to be on my deathbed trying to get the porter in the hospital or wherever it is to know Jesus and go out flaming. And I just think it's so important. One of the things that our good friend Robert Lewis, he's the guy who did Men's Fraternity, which is Better Man now. I mean, he's the foundation of that whole thing. And wrote Modern Day Night, and such an influencer, such a leader in the men's ministry and youth ministry, boys ministry. But he always said that if you can get the senior guys to sit at a table and pair them up with some young guys, you will move mountains. And because the 30, 40s want to sit under the 50, 60s. And I want to just really encourage you guys, especially you older guys. If you're 50, 60, 70, man, this thing is not done. If you're just sitting in the pew and sitting at home, maybe doing a few things, there's men out there, there's boys out there that desperately want you to be a part of their life. They want to know what you know. And a lot of times they don't know that they need to know what you know, but your life experiences on how you managed work, how you managed your marriage, how you managed hard kids when your kids were dealing with stuff that was hard, how you managed loss when friends died or family members died. Man, there's young men, 20, 30, 40, 50, that want to know that information, and you've got it. And if you're not sharing it, shame on you for not sharing what you've got, what you know. You don't have to go take a class. You don't have to study or quote scripture to share this really important stuff that you have inside your head. And I've just been really thinking about that lately, how important it is, and how many old guys I see sitting around in church that I don't see them anywhere. I don't know what they're doing. I'm sure they're doing some great stuff. But if you're just donating a few bucks to some mission field somewhere because it feels good, or if you're just passing the basket and that's the extent of your participation in helping the next generation of young men move forward, you're really missing what God can do in your life. And you don't have to have a bunch of words. You don't have to be an eloquent speaker. You just got to be there. Just the DNA that rolls off of you by being present. The beauty about KOZ, one of the things about KOZ that we recognized was KOZ is a multi-generational event. It is one of the few places, and I would say maybe the only place that I know of, that's multi-generational, that you can have boys, teens, 20s, 30s, 40s, 70s, all together in one room and have a conversation. And everybody's going to get it. All the guys are going to get it. They may not completely understand it. A boy may not understand when you're talking about trust and honor and respect. But they begin to absorb what you're sharing. They watch you and watch how you treat other men, how you have conversations, how you wait your turn to speak, or how you take things seriously when you're having a conversation. And I just think it's super important that if you're a senior level dude, you're in the senior level of this corporation of life, man, you're an important person. What you have from just being on this spinning planet for 50, 60, 70, 80 years, what you have assimilated in your mind and heart needs to be shared with the other men, the younger guys. So if you've got older guys in your church, do an event and invite them in and let them know how important they are. Don't let the wisdom and the resource of the older guys get past you. And not everybody's going to be interested in KOZ. Not everybody's going to be interested in what you're doing in KOZ and the stories. I mean, it's a small percentage. You guys that are watching this are a tiny percentage of the guys that are willing to go bloody knuckles with Satan himself and try and make a difference in this world. It's always so frustrating to see how small the real frontline guys, how few there are on the front lines, the real guys on the front lines. I don't get it. But this is the month of Father's Day. And there's some senior level guys that I'd like to hear their stories. You should be asking them, hey, come and share your story about your father, about the good, bad, and indifferent. Come share your stories with our boys this month. We need men, senior men, to come and share their stories for Father's Day, for Father's Month this June. It is so important. And these guys are a wealth of information. And if you're a 50, 60, 70-year-old dude, which I know there's a bunch of you out there doing KOZ, good for you. You guys really are the tip of the sword, a spear, the tip of the spear. You are. And I would choose you guys in a heartbeat over a whole bunch of other guys that are sitting in the pews, that are driving their big fancy trucks up and down the street. I mean, I would pick you guys in a heartbeat, because I know you guys, if I called, you would come. If I needed something, you would be there. And you wouldn't have to ask a bunch of questions, and you wouldn't need a bunch of stuff. You would just freaking show up, because that's what a guy does, and that's what a band of brothers does, and that's what KOZ guys do. We just do it because it's right, it's good, and we've been called to it. We heard God's voice. So anyway, all that, thank you, you guys that are senior level guys like myself that are stepping into the fight. Yeah, don't stop when you're tired, stop when you're done, right? Don't forget to like and subscribe to this, please. Share it with all your KOZ guys. There is a special running through this month of the KOZ Rub. You can get that. If you haven't joined the Unfathered Fringe, you can do that. It's all on the links below this in the email you probably got, Anyway, Nicole does all that stuff, but jump on the website and do all those things. They asked me to tell you that. And I just want you to know, man, I appreciate you. I love you. What you're doing matters. You are the 1%. All right. God bless. Regulators, mount up.